start the broadcast. And Anthony in the band.
Good morning, everybody. I was like, am I? I must be speaking in different language. Good morning, everybody. It turned out like universal translator. So, Bob, do you want to just, is that too loud now? It sounds pretty loud here. All right. Well, welcome to Unity of Calgary, everybody. My name is Anthony, and the band and I are going to do a song called You Are Welcome Here. If you know it, you're welcome to sing or bob or nod along. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. All your fears and all your doubts aside. Let go of all the hurt you hold inside. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here. Open up your heart. Receive the love of all who gathered round. You are worthy of this gift of love right now. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. For who'd have known that who you are is love? And who'd have known you could be so loved? Oh, we knew, and now you know. Yes, we knew, and now you know. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up your heart. You are welcome here, just the way you are. You are wanted here, so open up our heart. Let's open up our heart. Let's open up our heart. Well, thank you very much. So welcome everybody. You are welcome to stand and move to the groove. We're going to do a song together called I Am the Thinker. I am the thinker who thinks. I am the thinker who thinks I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who I am wisdom, I am light. And much more than meets the eye, I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who
changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker, thought I have the power to change my life. Vivian, you want to do this one?
When you ask me who I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye, and not defined.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought and changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought have the power to change my life. Doug.
I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined.
I'm the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought I have the power to change my life. Guitar solo. Shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life. All right, don't sit down. Vivian's gonna sit because she's the queen of soul. She's sitting on her throne. But everybody else, you can stand up and keep on moving to the groove.
I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. I live my peace, I live my peace, I live my peace into the world. That's the way, I like it. That's the way, I like it. 'Cause I sing my peace, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. I sing my love, I sing my love, I sing my love into the world. Dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. Oh, I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I dance my joy, I dance my joy, I dance my joy into the world. I peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. Don't you know I live my peace? I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. I live my peace. I live my peace. I live my peace into the world. That's the way I like it. That's the way I like it.
Isn't that a great way to start a Sunday morning? Woohoo! Thank you, Unity Band. Lovely. Welcome to our Unity community for another Sunday morning, another Sunday gathering, both here live at our new home and for all of you out there on Zoom, welcome. My name is Bob Elwood. I'm part of the spiritual leadership team here at Unity of Calgary, and I am delighted to be your service coordinator today. And a special welcome to those of you who are new to our community. Know that wherever you are on your spiritual path, you are always welcome here at Unity of Calgary. So let us begin with an affirmative prayer. I ask you to sit tall, spine straight, feet planted on the ground, as we declare the truth of who we really are. There is only one power, one presence, one love throughout the universe. Some call it God. Some call it divine presence, universal mind. There are many names, and whatever name works for you is fine. But the truth is that we are part of that love. We are an expression of that divine essence. So as we sit here today, as you sit here today, bring your awareness to your heart. They say it's the seat of the soul, the seat of the truth of who you really are. Know that that love, that presence is in you. And if you have any doubts or worries, you don't have to look out into the world to fix them or to save yourself. Instead, go within and know the truth. That the love that you need, the connection, the understanding, the wisdom, it is right there in you. You are perfect, whole, and complete, just the way you are. You are a divine expression of God. Declare this to be so for yourself. And so it is. Now let us affirm our statement of being. The reason we come here every week, to connect with these thoughts and ideas, to own them. And so if you will join me, if you are willing, let us affirm this out loud together. We are here as love to celebrate the one power, the one presence in our lives, in this community, and in the universe. And now it is our daily word reading time. The daily word is a printing from the Unity, Worldwide Unity, that's been around for almost 100 years. I believe in 2024 it'll be their 100th anniversary of the daily word. Wow, that's amazing. And our reader today is one of our very own, someone who's been a wonderful blessing to our community here, who's stepped up in service and is expressing more and more of his divine essence each week. And I am appreciating him more and more the more he does that. Let's please welcome Stefan Belgrave.
Thank you very much, Mr. Bob, for a lovely, thank you. Oh, thank you, thank you. Okay, today's word is imagination. I imagine limitless possibilities. In childhood, my imagination helped me see fascinating shapes and wondrous creatures in cloud formations. Picking up a twig, I might have pretended I held a wand that would give me magical powers. An ordinary packing box could become a vessel to sail on or under the seas, an aircraft to fly higher than mountains, or even a spaceship I could fly to explore the stars. Much more than whimsy, imagination is a potent spiritual tool. I use my imagination with intention to give shape to my dreams and goals. Although my childhood may be a memory, I am grateful I can still use my imagination to create the life of my dreams as I envision possibilities beyond the reality I know and the world that I see. And from Luke 10:24. For I tell you that many prophets and kings desired to see what you see, but did not see it, and to hear what you hear, but did not hear it. This is the first time I've ever pounced on a daily word reading. I saw this on a chair, and then I looked at that, and I said, I'm reading that daily word. And I almost, I took one look at it, and I said, yep, that's my word. That's my power. That's another example of a power that I don't often hear a lot about. But as I said in a previous daily word reading, the only time you see a word is when you need a reminder. If you already have it, you don't need to be reminded of it because you're living it. So, thank you.
Thank you, Stefan. And way to step up and express your divine essence. Thank you for helping us see the way. Now, here at Unity of Calgary, we have taken on the worldwide unity vision as our own. And if these words speak to you, I encourage you to speak it out loud as we share this vision and declare it as so. We envision a world powerfully transformed through the growing movement of shared spiritual awakening. And how we manifest this vision here at Unity of Calgary is through our mission, the steps we take, the state of being we wish to embody that will help bring that vision into the world. So please affirm with me, we are a welcoming, vibrant, spiritual community that inspires hearts and transforms lives by expressing our divine essence. So if that is what you desire, then you are in the right place. And now for upcoming events. Next week's speaker is, it's me! The many blessings of self-love. So I hope to see you all here next week as I express my divine essence. Life of Prayer classes have started. We had our first class on Thursday afternoon, and the Wednesday nights did not get enough members, so there's just the one class, the Thursday afternoon class from 1 to 3:30, and it's not too late.
This will be the last week that they
This will be the last week. That's right. So if all right, as you just heard from Alar, you can speak to her. You have until Thursday afternoon at 1 o'clock to sign up. Otherwise, you'll have to wait till the next class. Zoom coffee chats are continuing thanks to Alar Payton. She is also teaching the Life of Prayer class, of course. And she has set up 2 more dates, Monday, the April 12th, which is tomorrow evening at 7:30, and Thursday, April 22nd at 7:30. The links are on the website and in the newsletter. Sensitivity. As some of our members are highly sensitive to perfumes and scents, we would be very grateful to our members and guests if they would refrain from using perfumes or sprays for our Sunday gatherings. All of you at home can continue to use as much hairspray and perfume as you want. But those of you who are here live, please just come as yourself. It's enough. And thank you so much for honoring the sensitivity of some of the people in our congregation. C Intensives with Unity of Canada. They're putting out their first C Intensive. These are some of the classes that Unity of Canada teaches, and they're going all out on this all day long for 5 days straight from April 19th to April 23rd. They will be putting on classes, the Unity Prayer, Jesus teachings, Bible integration, discerning your purpose. These are the classes that will be taught, and you'll be like going to school for a week. You can revisit your childhood if you sign up. Of course, they're on Zoom, so it's not quite the same, but a lot to learn if you're interested. Again, you can access the sites on the newsletter and on our website. Sacred service opportunities. We've been putting out these sacred service opportunities for several weeks, and people are stepping up, and it's so good to see. So grateful for everyone that has stepped up. There were several categories that we needed help in, and there's really only 2 left. We're still looking for a video editor, and you do not have to be all-knowing in this regard. We have a wonderful teacher here, Neil Thrussell, who knows about communication and how it works, and he'll in tech, and he'd be happy to show you all you need to learn to become a video editor. We also are always looking for people to come early or stay late to help set up or tear down each Sunday, as there's a lot to do, as you can imagine. We already have many hands putting their service into practical application, and there's always room for more. And where to find us. There's the website, the Facebook page, the Facebook community page, YouTube, Instagram, the newsletter. I highly recommend the newsletter. It just comes out once a week, and it's got all the details, everything you need. You get an email once a week, and you know exactly what's going on here at Unity. And now, more wonderful music from Anthony Burbage and the Unity Band. Let's give them a hand. All That I Know About Love.
It's all about love today, apparently. So I chose love songs. This one I wrote for my wife. I was thinking about it. It's like, Superman, like has superpowers and stuff, but normally he's just Clark Kent, right? Like he's a dork who, right, doesn't have any superpowers. That's how I feel about me and love, right? Like when I'm around Lillian or Ayla, then it's like, okay, then I can connect with the love. But normally, without them, then, yeah. When I write songs, then I'm connected. But normally, I'm just Clark Kent. So this is all I know about love. All that I know about love
love I've learned from you, and all that I am I've become because of you. And your love is like starlight guiding me home. And your love is like starlight guiding me home. Now that I know about love, I'll share it too. And all that I say, and in all that I do. And my love will be like starlight guiding you home. And my love will be like starlight guiding you home. To the lonely and the lost, oh, love's not what we thought. It's a force that flows from the source to us all, and our hearts weren't meant to be closed to the love that flows to us all. Now that you know about love, will you share it too? 'Cause it's here all around, and it's there inside of you. Oh yes, love is like starlight guiding us home. Oh yes, love is like starlight guiding us home.
All that I learned about love came from you. Powerful words. We cannot love in isolation. We need each other if we're to learn about love. We need someone to offer love to, and we need someone to offer love to us, to be received, before we can truly understand its true power. So thank you all for being here in your loving hearts and sharing your love and teaching all those you come in contact with what love really means. And now it's time for our speaker of the week. We have a wonderful speaker that comes once a month and speaks with us. We are so blessed to have him here once a month. His name is Reverend Doug Craig. I know most of you, if not all of you, have heard of him, know who he is. Perhaps you don't know that he used to be a crazy biker. He used to live on the dark side. Did you know that? And he too found love, found the light, found the wisdom within his own heart, and stepped out of that darkness into the light. And he's been on that path for over 40 years. And so you know when he's speaking through his experience that he's lived it. He knows what it is to be without love, and he knows what it is to be in love. And that's why I look forward to hearing him speak each month. So let's please give a warm welcome for Reverend Doug Craig, understanding what love is and is not. Reverend Doug Craig.
Thanks, Mark. Could you take that away? Good morning, everyone. How are we doing this morning? Well, great. Always interesting understanding what love is and is not. And of course, April's theme is about love, and the affirmation is an inexhaustible stream of divine love flows through me, blessing others and myself. And that is a wonderful affirmation. But when you looked at it, how many people said, well, that doesn't seem like me a lot of the time? Anybody think about that? Yeah. I like what Albert Einstein said. He said, a human being is part of the whole called by us universe, a part limited in time and space. He experiences himself, his thoughts and his feelings as something separate from the rest, a kind of optical delusion of his consciousness. This delusion is a kind of prison for us, restricting us to our personal desires and to the affection for a few people nearest to us. Our task must be to free ourselves from this prison by widening our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures and the whole of nature in its beauty. And that is a wonderful way to start a session, because it's a pretty deep thought from a deep thinker. And so we set the stage by realizing that this whole year is based on the 12 powers of man, which are the 12 different areas, the 12 parts of our physical being, our spiritual being, that we can learn about and develop. And so Jesus called each one of his disciples of the 12, and each one of those disciples represents a faculty within us. And so the first four really set the tone and the foundation for developing yourself and living this life in a wonderful experience and way. The first two were both brothers called Peter and Andrew, and the first two are faith and strength. So you have the strength to stand in your faith, and then you begin to build the rest of you. And then the next two are also brothers, the sons of Zebedee, James and John. And James is a faculty of discrimination and understanding, and John is a faculty of love, i.e. the head and the heart. And so whenever you look in Scripture and you hear Jesus always going off to pray, always going off to get in touch, always going off to get recentered, always takes Peter, John, and James with him, because those are the three main faculties. And of course, the one that has the real amp to it all is love. So I want to talk about that today. And one of the things I want to start out about is something that a lot of people say, and I hear this quite often. And so this topic is called, God doesn't love me. Anybody ever been there or felt that? God doesn't love me. And so, that is the biggest lie that we can tell ourselves. And the reason being is that God is love, so it's automatically there. The other things that we go on to say is things like, I'm being punished, or poor me, nobody loves me. Anybody ever heard that? Nobody loves me? Oh gosh, they don't love me. It don't matter whether they love you or not at all. Get that straight. I don't have any love in my life. I can't feel their love. Anybody ever had any of those? I bet you could got more around that. And you see, these are all lies that we tell ourselves. That is not the truth. You see, the truth is, God is love, so you can't help but be that. You can't help but have that. The only sense that you can get of that not being our reality is the self-imposed negative thoughts that we put on ourselves. That's it. So then we go into one of my favorite topics, and that's the water from the garden hose. Oh, this was a quote I got. God is love is like an ocean. You could see its beginning, but not its end. And so one of the things I want to talk about this, to get it real clear. Summer's coming, and we all got our place. There's a hose that can be attached to a tap, because at the other end of that tap, we know there's water. We got that, right? And all we got to do is turn it on. Well, God is already there. We just got to turn it on. Well, I've been doing that. I've been meditating. I've been praying. I've been doing all this stuff. But it still isn't working. Well, you have to realize that that water is the infinite supply of everybody, everything. And our individual use of it is when we attach our garden hose. And we turn it on, the water flows into the hose, but nothing comes out of the other end except for a dribble. So obviously, there's an obstruction in the hose. So we work at clearing the obstruction, getting the kinks out, and then we got the flow. So there's nothing really that you need to do to have more love or experience more love in your life than what you've already got. You can't have more. However, you got to turn it on, you got to clear the obstructions, and you got to quit looking for it to come from out there. Oh, I water the plants, they love me. No, they don't. And I'm growing a beautiful garden, and my family is going to enjoy and love me for this. No, they're not. It doesn't matter whether they do or not. Bottom line is the only obstruction that we really need to fix is learn how to love and accept ourselves. One of my favorite treatments that I've used, or affirmations I've used right since day one, and it's called, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. Try that on for size. Try that on when you weigh 425 pounds and you got the Buddha on the sink, rubbing it, saying, I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. Try it on for size and see how it works. Look at it yourself in the mirror for a half an hour every day. Same affirmation. But I kept doing it. And at the end of 6 months, I finally got to the point where I could start working with this. Okay? I could start working with that. That was a couple of 100 pounds ago. Okay? It released me to be able to do a lot of things. Now, am I the one that loves myself all the time? Well, no, I've been doing this over 40 years and I still got work to do. So don't think it's going to be like that. However, over a period of time, it grows and expands as you allow yourself to grow and expand, and it comes through self-acceptance, not self-rejection. Next point. Do not seek love or approval outside of yourself. Wrong. All you're ever going to do is be miserable, because it never is going to be enough. And love and approval are the same thing. I remember I've been in this philosophy for several years, about 5 or 6 years, and I'd had the opportunity of doing a couple of Sunday services, and I like doing this. Is the thing I really love doing more than anything. And I used to wait till the end and see how many people come up and say, oh, Doug, that was wonderful. And I was always disappointed because there was never as many as I thought there should have been. So I'm taking a class with my teacher, Dr. Arlene Bump, once, and I'm going through the class, and she's doing this approval thing and love, and I got it. I broke down in the middle of the class. I walked out. I had to leave, and I spent 3 days by myself in the house, locked up. All I could do was cry and drink water. Not the other stuff, water. And cry, and I had this agonizing pain. And I come to the level of realizing I just had never approved of myself. So after I went through that and released that, I made a commitment. I made a commitment to myself to approve of it, myself, and it really didn't matter what anybody else, whether they did or not. And I still have that same feeling. It's up to me to approve of it, and I know by doing that now that other people approve of it even more. And the strangest thing, after I made that declaration and walked into it and did that next talk and walked out, there were 3 or 4 times as many people as ever before saying how wonderful it was. And, it felt really good to hear that. But you know what? It didn't make a difference. The difference was made because I approved. And by doing that, accepting their approval just enhanced that which was already there. It didn't make it any better or any worse. It enhanced that which I accepted and believed about myself. That's where we need to go with this, okay? Don Miguel Ruiz said, the mastery of self. No one is responsible for your emotional reactions except you. Others can say and do anything they like, but what happens inside of you is only the result of what you're thinking and feeling. It's got nothing to do with anybody else. I'll take it from some of these great people that spoke these words. And of course, the reason why we still hang on to this stuff is the fear of letting go of that which we believed about ourselves of not being good enough. And why are we afraid to let that go? We're afraid to let anything go because there's that release. Good, bad, or indifferent, you always got to grieve and release that. Alexander the Great said it the best. Through every generation of the human race, there has been a constant war, a war with fear. Those who have the courage to conquer it are made free, and those who are conquered by it are made to suffer until they have the courage to defeat it or death takes them. And I like the other way, the courage to defeat it. Well, death, we got time for that later. Don't need to do that now. So that gives you a little bit of a background that there's not really a whole lot that you need to do except quit beating yourself up. Sounds so simple, eh? Try it on for size. So now I want to leave you with these points. I got a couple of different things here. One is called the do's and don'ts that assist us on revealing more love through us and by means of us. So we learn to cultivate love. So how can we cultivate it? Okay, you can't make it. It's already there. But how do we cultivate it so it grows in our experience more? By giving completely with no strings attached. No attachment to the outcomes. I ask people, are you good givers? Oh, everybody is. And I call, well, I can't say that word on Sunday, can I? Well, I refer to it as not being the truth. Okay? Because a lot of people give with attachments to it. You give somebody something, they turn around and give it to somebody else. Oh, how could they? Anybody ever said that? Or they weren't thankful when we give it to them. Well, at least they should be thankful. Well, we're attached to that, so it's not really a gift. Anytime you give a gift, there are no attachments. When the gift leaves your hands, you are complete. What happens to it after that, you have no stake in. It's none of your business, and if you think you do, it's not giving. Case closed. No room for movement on that one. If you want to be that stern, have a look at that one. Ooh. Being of service, give of your time, talent, and treasure. It's the giving of yourself that helps to experience more of that which you love of yourself, and that's more that you put out there. Holy, when I didn't love myself, you should have seen all the stuff I put out there that I thought was fun. Another story for another day. Having faith and trust. Not having a faith in God, but walking with the faith of God. Big difference. and trust. If you stand in that light and trust, then all good's given unto you, and Spirit never lets you down, although sometimes when you're taking a beating, oh my God, I think Spirit's letting me down, but not really. It's just that sometimes we're a little thick and we don't get it. Start standing up and speaking for what you firmly believe in, but make sure you know where you're coming from, because I tell you, especially with the stuff going on these days, you could really get yourself in a jackpot. And the other thing I think is here, this is one of the ones that drove me when I was making my change, not to want to be the father that told my children what not to do while I was still doing it. Be a good example for the children of the earth. Don't tell people what you want them to do or not to do. Be that and allow them to come in and maybe seek that way or find it. It's a big job trying to do it for everybody else. Whew. So those are some of the things that we could cultivate and bring into our life. Edgar Casey said, we could possess only that which we can freely give, so that in order to become love, or more godlike, all giving, we must give that which is God, love. The essential key to this is, are you ready? Listening? Forgiveness. That has, well, if I forgive them, I'll love more. No, you won't. You could forgive everybody, everything in the whole world, and you aren't going to love one bit more. You are only going to love more when you forgive yourself. Okay? That's the key. That's what he says. Cultivate by love by learning or starting to stop doing these things, because these are a few things. I don't really want to talk about this, to be honest with you, but it really has to be said, and I don't like to hear what I'm going to say, but it really has to be heard. So I hope you're like me. You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to hear it, but just stand in the light and take it in and see if it works for you. We got to look at stop being possessive or jealous. We got to look at not demanding more from others than they can give. Not sitting in judgment. I got to tell you, I like to make observations, but boy, I'm still making the transition between a judgment and an observation that's real. And the biggest one is self-condemnation. Anybody beat themselves up yet today? Oh, don't worry, it'll happen. Okay, it's not about that. It's about what are you going to do about it when it does. You can always, through awareness, see it and minimize the impact of stupidity. I'm not talking to anybody or anything else. I'm talking in here. Because to do it and know it and keep doing it, it's dumb, because it's not going to work out really well. And the two key ones here are worrying and doubting. You could declare all the faith you want, but when you're worried about it or you doubt it, any doubts, you've just thrown it out with the garbage, because that's all it is. Worrying and doubt cancels out any kind of declaration of faith or any kind of attitude that you say you have about it. Worrying and doubt really says, yeah, I can talk about it, but that's not what we really believe. Watch those two. Those two get you more than anything. And not using love as a bargaining tool or a punishment. Oh, I would love you if you'd only do that. After all I've done for you. Has anybody ever said that? After all I've ever done for you, how could you? Or how could you do this to me? Okay, so has anybody ever used any of those or heard any of those used? Yeah. And all of that has got to go out the window, because you never want to use love as a bargaining tool, because there's nothing to gain from it. You can't gain anything more. All you could do is get less for yourself, because it's never going to come out there. And then this one, I always like this one. Have you ever heard this? I find it easier to love my children than myself. Has anybody ever said that? Or I find it easier to love my dog than myself. I find it easier to love this than myself. That one is a big, oh, I can't use that word, can I? That's that word I can't use. But it's a lie, you see. You can't love somebody or something else more than you do yourself, because love is a feeling. And you can only have a feeling in here. Oh, that's not true. Well, you know, people can argue that and say it's not true. And the only place it is not true is in your head. Because in your head, you could come to that conclusion. And you could be right. But if head is head, it's not heart. Heart is a feeling. And you can't have a feeling anywhere but inside of yourself. So it has to be equal for all. Okay, so now we come to a very special time. And I want to get one more quote in here. We don't know what tomorrow will bring, so don't stay mad for too long. Learn to forgive and love with all your heart. Don't worry about the people that don't like you. Enjoy the ones that love you. Anybody worry about the people that don't like you? I don't even want to get there because I could have a list that you wouldn't believe how long that is. And you might say, well, that was the past. No, the present too. Okay? So don't forget about that one. So what I'd like to do, rather than my traditional closing, what I'd like you to do is just get yourself into a comfortable position right now. And I'm going to ask Anthony to take us into a meditation. So this is going to be an opportunity. I invite you to close your eyes and go within. And we'll follow the words of Anthony.
There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only
There is only love. There is only one life. That life is God's life. That life is our life, right here and right now. So as we open up to this idea that there is only love, I'd like you to visualize yourself getting into your own special little boat or canoe. That is your love boat, your love canoe. And you sit in yourself in that and you push yourself out into the sea of life, sailing in your love boat and feeling that which is 100% pure, unconditional, and unencumbered with any other thoughts other than the being of your beingness and the joy of your heart. So take a few moments to bask in this and allow this sensation to embrace you as you see yourself floating on the sea of life in your love boat. And as we float along, we know that there are no obstructions to this operation of truth. That I am an open, clear, free-flowing channel of God's love, energy, wisdom, and kindness. I release and let go of all that does not serve this highest ideal within me. And I take that which I know I am in truth into the world around me. And we know that all is God, all is love, and all is good. Anthony?
There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only love. There is only love. There is only love. Love that heals, love that sets us free. There is only
And I declare for myself, as I know it to be true for each other and everyone here, that I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. And I go forward from today being the best version of me I can. So I give thanks and know that this is so. I let it be so, and so it is. Thank you. Thank you.
Just doing hands. That was one of the best.
Oh, thank you, John.
Oh, your love is bigger than the open hand of the sky. Oh, yes, your love is bigger than the thoughts of man can deny. That's why I'm giving up and falling in to the endlessness of your love. Your love is enough, it's big enough for all of us. Oh yes, your love is big enough for all of us. Feel, 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 to feel your love. oceans span neath the earth. Oh yes, your love is deeper than any sound that can be heard. That's why I'm giving up and falling in to the endlessness of your love. Oh, your love is deep enough, it's deep enough for all of us. Oh yes, your love is deep enough for all of us. Feel, 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 feel your love. Oh, your love is higher than any mountain can stand above. Oh yes, your love is higher than any hurt that can be done. That's why I'm giving up and falling in to the endlessness of your love. Oh, your love is high enough, it's high enough to lift us up. Oh yes, your love is high enough for all of us to heal, to heal, to heal, to heal. Oh, your love is high enough, it's high enough to lift us up. Oh yes, your love is high enough for all of us to heal, to heal, to heal, to heal with love.
We are being bathed in love today, aren't we? For those of you who may not be aware, love is the theme for April. Thank you so much, Reverend Doug, for another beautiful talk. And now I don't have to speak next week because he pretty much said everything I was going to say. Which was great because I'm going, oh, yes, yes, because I'm going to say the same thing, but of course in my words. And they say you have to hear something at least 7 times before it gets through that thick skull of yours and drops down into the wisdom of your heart. And so I will be saying much of the same thing next week about love and how important it is to love the self, and you cannot love someone else any more than you can love yourself. So it's a powerful message, and I think this is, especially now in these times, it's really important to get that we need to love ourselves just as we are, warts and all. We are divine expressions of God. And now we enter into the time of conscious giving. Together, using our time, talents, and treasures, we create this wonderful community together that sustains and inspires us. I want to thank you all for your love offering donations and being part of this heartfelt work. For we know this community is a blessing, and that financial abundance is flowing our way. There are donation baskets at the back, the little heart-loving hearts there. You're welcome to enter your donations if you're here live. In there, you can donate, excuse me, through e-transfer, donate at unityofcalgary.org, or you can go to the website, or you can send a check. And now I'd like you all to stand as we sing our offering song, Give with an Open Heart.
I'm gonna give with an open heart. Give with an open heart. I'm grateful for this moment. I'm grateful for my life. And I trust that a higher power will always be there to provide. That's why I give with an open heart. That's why I give with an open heart. Well, I place my faith in the Spirit, and I welcome each and every day. When I let go of all my troubles and worries, a new abundance always comes my way. And that's why I give with an open heart. Oh, that's why I give with an open heart. Yeah, I'm gonna give with an open heart. Oh, I'm gonna give with an open heart.
Woohoo! And now we're going to have Cecil come up and bless the offerings and share our abundance affirmation together. Let's please welcome Cecil Watner.
Thank you, Bob. And I'd like all of you to join with me. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. Thank you.
And of course, we have a blessing for the children that are present here in this room today, all the children out there in the world, and of course our very own dear inner child. Please affirm with me together, we love you, we bless you, and we appreciate you just the way you are. Now let us take a quiet moment and bring to our awareness anything that we want to surrender into prayer. For we know that turning our concerns over to Spirit opens the way for abundant blessings to unfold. So just close your eyes. Is there anyone you would love to send a loving blessing to? You can just imagine putting their name into the prayer box, which is up front. There are prayer requests at the back in the welcoming table where you can write them down and put them in the prayer box. You can submit your prayer request to our website, Unity of Calgary, or by emailing prayer@unityofcalgary.org. Your request is sent to our prayer team and to Silent Unity for 30 days of prayer. Or if perhaps you need a prayer right away, you can call the hotline, the Unity hotline, 24/7. Well, I guess apparently not 24/7 at the moment because of the COVID, the government restrictions. There are certain hours that you can call at 1-800-NOW-PRAY. We also hold in love other Unity communities in Canada. And this month, we hold in prayer Unity Comox Valley, which is the home of our mentor minister, and unity of Nanaimo. We see them having the love and support they need to continue cultivating the consciousness and bringing the message of unity across our country. And now please join me in affirming the prayer of protection out loud together. The light that is God surrounds me. I am the light. The love that is God enfolds me. I am the love. The power that is God protects me. I am the power. The presence that is God watches over me. I am the presence. Wherever I am, God is, and all is well. And so it is. Amen. And now more beautiful, loving music from Unity and the band.
And you're welcome to stand and join us.
I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I'm the one with the power to choose every thought and every belief. I'm the one with the voice inside that has the power to set me free. Oh, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I'm the only one who knows what's true, for the true self who lives in me. I'm the only one who's ever gonna know what my body, mind, and soul really need, and that's why I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. Oh, but every time I forget my own power and start doing what I think I should do, take a step back and pull my soul in so I can listen to the voice of truth. It always says, I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I decide what matters to me. It's my decision to be in the flow. I decide what to let in, and I decide what's got to go. I decide what's got to go. I decide what's got to go. I decide what matters to me.
Thank you, Reverend Doug, for that wonderful message today. Thank you all, both here live and all of you on Zoom, for being here and supporting this community. And thank you, Unity and the Unity Band, for that wonderful music today. I so appreciate it. And this concludes our service, so let's please stand up, form a great circle around the room, and sing, "Let There Be Peace on Earth."
Peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let this be known. every step I take, let this be my joyless vow. To take these moments and live each moment in me eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
Have a great week, everyone. And the Unity's Band is going to send us on our way with some more wonderful music.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought has the power to change my life. If you ask me who I am, I'm wisdom, I am light. I'm more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I'm the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought has the power to change my life.
If you ask me why, I am beauty, I am joy. I am more than meets the eye. Cannot be defined.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought has the power to change my life.
I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined.
I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought has the power to change my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought that changes things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thought has the power to change my life. Have the power to change my life. Have the power to change my life.